Welcome back, y'all. Welcome to Adjacent. We are so excited to have this time to catch you up on some fun things that are going on and that have just happened. So we are calling this our Peace Out Zilker
Peace out.
episode. Peace out. First off, Shelly, thank you for the sweet tribute that you did for me on my retirement after 30 years of teaching. I can't believe it. And all the sweet people that spoke in the podcast. I was blown away, of course. You are so thoughtful. Shelly had this giant party for me and Collie and Gabe McNitt. We were all three retiring, and then the end of the year party, and so many old faces and new faces and friends all came, family. It was really just such a blessing of a day. So thank you so much. Your house is like perfect for parties. I would just rent it out for parties all the time, Shelly. It's a
We
great,
do. We do. We ran out through Airbnb and Swimply.
it's amazing. I really appreciate your neighbors being so patient and allowing us to park and do all the fun things. Everybody was in the pool, and oh my gosh, Jessica Montanez made the most beautiful charcuterie board. I was like, how much was this? Like $1,000, And she goes, no, it's from Costco.
Well, and I don't know if anybody got a full picture of it.
I did.
Oh, thank God. Please share
I'll
it.
send it to you. I have a picture of Jessica with the giant charcuterie board. I sent it to Cece because I was like, oh my gosh, you are missing out on this amazing feast. I couldn't believe it. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for the beautiful gifts. You didn't have to do that, of course, but I am going through all of those right now and just like so heartfelt, so sweet. I can't call everybody out by name, but it was such a nice tribute to the end of the year and then just the collective years of teaching of myself and Colleen and Gabe. I think it equals probably 100 years of collectively 100 years of teaching. So wow, a lot of children's lives have been touched and families, and it was just so great to see everybody.
And it was so great to reconnect, to see,
Yes.
oh my gosh, to see Kitty Murray
Oh
and
my gosh.
to see PR and Hofer and everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Hofer was so funny. She goes, "Do you even know my first name?" And I was like, "I
It's
don't."
it's Chris.
Like, I just know you as
Chris
Hofer.
Over. I have a funny story to tell about Chris Over. Like back in the day when she taught, she would label every pencil with Hofer on the pencils. And one year, as a gag gift, I had taken some pencils and I wrote Hofer on each one. And but then the funny thing is that Becky Lane came in with an actual Hofer pencil that was like way shorter because she would write her name on every single pencil. And so if you saw a Hofer pencil around the school, you would be like, oh, we got to take this back to Chris Hofer. She was an amazing special ed teacher.
Well, but that also speaks to the fact of, as an educator, is that there's so much out of pocket expense.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It is, and just
Yeah.
so yeah, she's going to protect those pencils because she spent $3 on that pack.
Wow.
And yeah, and it's just, but that it all adds up. It's the tiny little cuts, Jody. It's the tiny little cuts.
It
It's like,
is. And if you get those really expensive pencils, the Tico Good pencil, they're so expensive but they're so worth it because they sharpen just perfectly. I'm kind of a pencil snob. Like I like my pencils a certain way.
No rose art ever. Rose art. And fun fact is that we heckle people in left field is like, we know you have rose art crayons.
Your mom buys rose art. Which which are the worst crayons in the world. They just
And the
break
worst markers.
immediately. I'm just like, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life?
But by all means, Rosart, buy our love.
Yeah,
I'll
we'll take it. We'll take it.
take it. Oh, man.
So before we like, I again, I was so excited to see everybody, and everybody was so sweet. And I have to tell you, Penny got me the cutest harmonica necklace. I'm
Do
gonna
you
wear
have?
it everywhere. I don't
I,
have it on right now, but every time somebody would walk in, I'd go, "Brr, brr, brr, brr," my harmonica. I go, "You came, you're here."
That's so funny. And I have to shout out Randy Thompson showing up. I love that.
Oh, Dr.
And
Hill,
Dr. Hill, I'm like, bravo. It was like administrator,
so
island.
sweet.
And I mean, that just speaks volumes about, you guys and how valuable you are to the community. I'm saddened how this ended, but I'm glad that you had a long history of supporters and people that invested and engaged and believed and supported. And I think that's critical for all administrators, and to recognize the value you have on your campus.
Your workers.
I heard a lot of conversations about it, and I was a little just, it's one thing when one person feels it, but when an entire campus feels it, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah,
Yeah, it's important to honor the people that work for you in a way that like show up for them.
mm-hmm.
Um, I know that when Mr. Emilio, one of our custodians, he died of stomach cancer, and to see the people that showed up for his funeral. I mean, that's the thing about schools. Like, you are in the middle of births, you have weddings, you
Yeah,
have birthdays. There's so much to celebrate. And then there's also the celebration of life when somebody passes on. And you have to show up for your people, for your squad.
yeah,
If they need something, you find a way to get it done.
yeah,
You're you're only as good as your workers. It's kind of like a hive.
exactly.
The queen cannot function without
Mhm.
her worker bees,
That's
and
right.
they're the ones that are the front liners. They're the
Yeah,
ones gathering the honey. They're the ones that are creating the magic. And so honoring those worker bees is so very important. You don't have to shower people with gifts, but you need to make them feel valued and honored. Read Leaders Eat Last. That is a book that every leader should read so that they understand the value of listening and giving. Having every worker on your campus feel valued and in your job is going to only build the commitment they have to the place that you are trying to build for students. And you will have longevity, you will have dedication, you will have commitment if your worker bees feel loved and supported. So
yeah,
that is my advice for Zilker. And if you're not feeling it there, you're going to find it somewhere else. You're going to find your
exactly.
value somewhere else.
And if you need any help finding it somewhere else, I know Tammy Thompson would hire you. I know Katie Pena will hire you. I know Dr. Hill will hire you. And I just realized that Tracy Graham is the principal over in South Austin.
I
So
know. She
we
and I went to
know,
UT together.
yeah, we
Hmm.
know quite a few administrators.
Hmm.
And if you are not getting the support and love you need on your campus, let us know. I know
Yeah.
lots of people that are looking. So
I know I had
give
a
us a call.
lot of love and support. Vreeland was so loving and supportive, and I loved working with Hallmark for sure. And I just think sometimes when, you know, if you're a leader, it's kind of hard. You have so much on you as a principal. Um, That might just not, that might be a shortcoming for you, is that to show that. So find a way to have somebody who does make other people feel loved and supported, and back that person up. So I am super excited about my new adventures with Shell Bell. I'm so excited. She got me
I'm
some
so excited.
golf clubs for Butler Park. I love it. Our sister Casey was like, "Are those for kids?" And I was like, "No, it's for Butler Park, which I'm going to be out once a week."
I know. I can't wait.
Join me.
Yeah. And I'm so glad this chapter is over. I had a great conversation with everybody, and it's like, this chapter is over. We're not revisiting it. That book is closed.
Yeah, we're moving on.
It's time to move on.
Yes.
And we're very grateful. I know John and I are very grateful. This chapter is over, and there's no need to volunteer at Zilker. There's no need to go back.
I'll still see my friends. I love my family and my friends there. I have to tell you, I wrote our sister Amy and I was like, I'm done and I can't wait to hang out with you guys. And she goes, I have been so patient.
Exactly. We have been, I mean, it feels like, and I spoke with Miss Bolden about it yesterday. I was like, it's like watching your loved one be in the most abusive relationship, and the torture is over, and it's like, let's do some healing. Let's close this chapter, and both her and I got a little emotional about it, and she was like, yeah, I've had a couple friends say that to me, and it's like, yeah, and I know it's how everybody processes it, and it's everybody's different. I'm not saying that for educators across the board. It's just been the last like 4 years that it's been like, okay, well, enough is enough.
Yeah, it's been a lot. I will say, I loved my time at Zilker. There were good years, there were bad years, there were amazing
There
kids.
were the best of times, there were the worst
of times. I loved all of the kids that I got to work with and their families. There were some kids that were very difficult or challenging, but I learned so much from every relationship, every child, every parent. I learned the human condition and how we're all on this earth and everybody has something that they're carrying in their back pocket, and it's challenging at times. But if we can all just lean in and be kind to one another, I think that's the most important thing. And then try to understand that everybody's trying their best. And if you can remember that, I think it helps the world go round in a much kinder, calmer place. So I love my Zilker peeps. I love my Zilker family. I will miss them so much. But I think, if you want to see me, then come and find me. I'm out and about with Shell Bell, with everybody. I will, we've got some big plans on that, and you can come and hang out with us. Shelly, what do we have planned? We're kind of doing something really cool.
Yeah, we are going to do, you're going to have to lean in. You're going to have to text me, and I'm going to put you on a list. And what we're going to do is, when we're out in the wild, we're going to text our coordinates, and the first person to find us gets a prize.
And there's going to be a safety word you have to say, or a password, like purple.
Purple, yeah. And so we're going to text that information to you, and the first person to show up gets a prize. And we hope you stay and hang out with us, of course. And so we're going to it's going to be Shody in the Wild.
Shody in the Wild. Come find us.
Come find us. And we hope to do that a couple of times, throughout the month, and hopefully have some great experience. I'm sure we'll stop at, Don's Depot and Flo's and Left Field and stuff like that. And, but some unique places and try new things. And, and it could be a hike, it could be shopping, it could be brunch. And we just want to throw those out there, and whoever shows up, we'll be excited to hang out with you. So Shody in the Wild, get ready for it. So if you're interested, shoot me a text. I'm going to put it out there. My number is 512-517-4532. Shoot me a text, and we will put you in the database to find Shody in the Wild.
Yes, and it's like you're geocaching, but with Shody in the Wild.
Or it's like, where's Waldo?
Where's Waldo?
Yeah, it's like,
where's that wacky Waldo?
Where's Waldo? And so, we hope you guys will join us, and we hope that database grows and grows and grows, and gives everybody an opportunity to connect in a fun way. And you guys, lots of great things happening with Shody Media. Pam Wash is now a standalone podcast. She was so good out just off of our interview that we had to release her immediately.
Yeah.
JAAF is kicking ass. Go give them a listen. Las Comadres has some time on their schedule, and they're going to start hammering out episodes. And so we're going to get them out on their own show in July. Conspiracy Farm is going out on his own in July. They're all still part of Shody Media. We're all still connected, but you'll be able to
field. They are watching all the sports for you. You could get your
my gosh, Ladies of Left Field.
Oh my gosh, I love them.
Yeah.
Cracking me up talking about Babygate.
Oh my gosh, that Babygate. That Ladies of Left Field, and you guys were in regionals. This is live right now. So if you're watching YouTube, the regionals is happening, and we have a game tonight at 8 p.m. That's Saturday, May 31st, 8 p.m. Come out to Left Field and join us. But don't talk to the ladies of Left Field during the game.
Not during the game. Get your chat on before or after, but not during.
They hit some Instagram post yesterday about the rules of Ladies of Left Field.
Yes.
It's so funny. And so, yeah, lots of great stuff. I appreciate everybody that supported Jody through this journey.
Oh my gosh. Thank you all. I'm telling you, I feel like everybody's been so loving and supportive, and I'm so excited for the Parsons journey and McNitt's journey too. Wow. And I'm here for it, and I wish them all the best, and to all my friends over there, my family. I might not be there in person, but I'm there with you in spirit. Okay, do you want to play a game, Shelly?
Go.
Get a piece of paper.
Okay.
And a pen.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to read some lyrics to you of one of my favorite songs in all times. And for everything you've done, you're going to just put a tally, okay? And then if you've done these things, then you put a tally, and then we'll see who's achieved the most, okay? I know you know this song, and it's one of my favorite songs. It's My Texas by the Josh Abbott Band, and I think Pat Green has a little soundbite in it. So let me know when you're ready, and I'm going to read the lyrics. And all you do is, if you've done it, you give yourself, if you're playing out there, give yourself a thumb or finger for everything, or do a tally. Okay, so here it goes. Are you ready?
Yes.
If you haven't climbed up to Enchanted Rock, drank a shiner down in Lukenbach, taking your baby to the Riverwalk, then you ain't met my Texas yet. If you haven't floated down the Old Frio, heard red dirt music on your radio, eating Coopers down in Llano, then you ain't met my Texas yet. If you haven't been to Houston Rodeo, sang Carry On at the Pat Green Show, if you ain't seen an Abilene sunset, then you ain't met my Texas yet. If you've never caught a trout down in Port A, heard the words to Corpus Christi Bay, never seen fireworks at the PK, then you ain't met my Texas yet. Haven't had a kolache when you go through West.
Hell yeah, I have.
Never heard of the Larry Joe Taylor Fest. Think polished pop country crap sounds the best, then you ain't met my Texas yet. If you've been to the Fort Worth Stock Show, if you haven't been to the Fort Worth Stock Show, sing along to Corey Moreau. You know him.
Yeah, I
You ain't
do.
seen a hill country sunset. You ain't met my Texas yet. If you say you haven't hiked through the Big Bend, had your hair blown back by the Lubbock wind, been somewhere that where they call you friend, then you ain't met my Texas yet. You haven't been to the San Antonio rodeo, sang Everclear at the Krieger show. If you ain't seen an El Paso sunset, then you ain't met my Texas yet. All right, how many tallies did you get?
How many did you get?
I had 13.
15.
Oh, you beat me.
I love that song so much. I play it on my TikTok, like every hike.
It's one of my
Like,
favorite songs. I'm like, you ain't met
oh,
my Texas yet.
yeah, Brian, put it on the playlist, Brian.
Brian, that will do our tallies out in left field.
Exactly. That's a good idea. Let's do it. That's
Okay, we
a
did get some questions from Stacy M. She told me not to
okay.
share her last name. I don't know why people are so weird about that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. What is a memorable childhood memory that we have or you have?
1 year for Christmas, I got a gigantic Raggedy Ann, and that is like a core memory.
Core
It's
memory.
such a core memory. It was so magical, and every time I see a Raggedy Ann, I have that joy.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And so, what about you?
I think one of I have so many core memories like that. I loved when we would get on my big wheel and we
Oh
would
my!
like go like crazy people as fast as we could and then run into stuff and flip over.
It's
Just
so
playing
nuts.
outside until sunset, from sun up
Yeah.
to sundown. These
Oh
summer
my
months
god.
just remind me of growing up with all my sisters and my brother and my parents on 407 Traysway.
Yeah, yeah. The lightning bugs. Lightning bugs is a big core memory capturing, and
Yes.
to this day, like catching frogs or toads, depending on if Penny's listening. Um, the that is such a core memory, and
Yeah.
I when frogs are out, I'm like, I'll capture them and bring them into everybody's bedrooms, and the boys know it's summer. Here,
It's
here,
summer.
here comes the frogs. Here
I
comes the frogs,
know.
and
We had one
so,
get into our house yesterday. It was so cute.
oh, I love
Frogs are the
it.
cutest thing. I think they're slimy. I don't like to touch them, but I like to watch them. And then they live actually longer than people think, and they'll burrow. And then if you see a frog around your house, it's probably been there for a while. They
Yeah,
usually like you had kind of a pet frog for a while
yeah,
at your house. So, and then her other question, it says, who has been your biggest influence? I would say my sisters, my brother.
yeah,
I really admire my brother a lot for what he does. He's also an educator. He's a principal in Houston. He has some crazy life stories about his time serving in that capacity. And he definitely has been a big influence. Of course, Shelley's energy and her love and passion for her family, and I just totally admire that. And then Casey's hard work, her drive, the way she is with her kids, I just love. And then Amy, I can't tell you how much I just admire how much she just like wholeheartedly loves her kids. And it's just, I have a lot of uh, influence by people that really, really love their families
yeah.
and their friends, and they will stop, drop, and roll for all of them. So
Agreed.
I'm so lucky because to me, I feel like even if our family is not the most perfect, and at times we have our challenges as every family does, I feel so blessed to have such an amazing group of siblings. Y'all have been my biggest influences, so for
Yeah.
sure. What about you?
I agree. I agree. I also feel because I lean into this 1,000%, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna misstep here, but it's Ashley Cohen.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we have just a lot of great spiritual conversations,
Yes.
and I know
She
she's a
helps she helps us grow.
yeah, I feel like she really pushes me to be a better human, and I love her first time on earth lifestyle that, she sees everything like it's the first experience, and her deep dives into spirituality. We've had this conversation this week, and I have to share it. Is that we've had stuff in our lives, and because of the experiences, we kind of started having anticipation or expectations that things were going to go a certain way. And Jody and I met last week, and we were like, we're going to stop putting that energy out. We are
Yes.
going to send out positive energy. And we started it last week. And I really, really, every morning I woke up and I was like, today's going to be a great day. Everybody's going to be healthy, happy, peaceful, joy. This is what I'm hoping. And I just really intentionally went through the whole week with that in my heart, instead of, this could lead to a misstep. This could
Yeah.
go negative. I took that negative energy out, and golly, what a difference it made this week.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so I'm glad. And that was because of Ashley's shares and her, spiritual journey and experiences. So I'm super glad that she shares her life with me, and I learned so much from her. But yes, I mean, you are my go-to, and I definitely, my sisters and Tim and Dad was, such a huge part of my, you know, who I wanted to be, and stuff like
Gosh,
that.
there's so
So
many great influences in our
yeah,
lives, and
yeah,
I feel so um honored to share the planet with so many great people.
yeah,
I know right now a lot of people are really down in the dumps about how things are going in the world, but lean into those friends because they're going to help you get through that challenging time. Hey, before we end this, John and I went to a really cool spot. It's called Citizen. It's a all day and all night. Like, I don't think it's a 24-hour, but they serve breakfast through dinner, and it's called Citizen Restaurant. It's on Burnett Road. It's a kind of catty corner from Susie's and Pint House Pizza. It is an Australian restaurant. I had a very delicious breakfast burrito. John had some pancakes. The coffee is great. I don't drink coffee, but John was raving about it. And I had a mimosa. I'm like, Shelly, this could be our new spot before we go do some recordings. And I got their card. So hopefully the owners will come and meet with us, and we can find out more about this great restaurant. It's very cool. It's decorated amazing. I love it. It's very Aussie.
oh, good.
I think you'll enjoy it. And the guy waiting on
I
us, I didn't get his name, but he had an Australian accent. And I said, John, do you think that's his real accent?
Hey,
I'm sure it
Jody,
was.
is it vegan? Is it a vegan restaurant?
No, but they have a lot of vegetarian options.
Okay,
No,
okay,
but John ate bacon.
okay. Because
No,
I think Hayden and I went one time because of it being a vegetarian
they have
primarily.
a lot of vegetarian options, a lot of vegan options, but I don't, this one just recently opened, but it's really cool on
Oh,
the
good.
inside. It's beautiful. And the people are really, it's over in the Rosedale neighborhood, and it's right by the old Rosedale School, in front of it. And so go by and check it out.
Can't
Uh,
wait.
yeah, and they do an excellent job there. So, but we are so excited. Also, we want to give a shout out to Attract for uh, providing
Oh
10%
man.
off on spa treatments and facials, and they're doing some specials. So please lean in. I think I'm going this next week to go get some spa treatment.
Yeah.
I need it for sure. Um, and I know some of our podcast friends in the Shoney media have been tapping in and getting their beautiful faces all just treated
Hydrated,
hydrated.
hydrated.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Veronica's facial looks so good. I was like, you look like a new person. Wow. Anyway, so meet us in the wild. We will be sharing
Shody in the
Jody in the wild.
wild.
Our coordinates
Woo!
soon, and then we will be sharing with you, and then we'll have a little we have some surprises for when you do find us in the wild. So, Shelly, thank you again for hosting the big
It's
party. Everybody loved your place, and
if you're the only one that shows up, we might do an episode of Between the Bushes.
oh my gosh, this is going to be our new thing. We're so excited. It's going to be a spinoff that we think is hilarious. But that just might be the liquor talking, because we just think we are so funny sometimes.
We get canceled. Adrian was for the first time like, I don't know about that one.
Get on board, mister.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Well, when it's recorded live, it'll be hilarious.
Exactly. Let's make somebody super uncomfortable.
We're going to ask you all the weird questions. Like, tell us more. Anyway, I'm going to go see Madison Tip Sword, and then we're going to go do a celebrating the life of a very important man to the Catalano family. And then we're going to go do some UT baseball at some point. So,
Horns.
welcome. Love you, Shelly.
Love
Texas,
you.
Texas.
Yeehaw.